Hi parents, this is Elmika Henderson, the school counselor, here with another virtual webinar. This one is entitled Supporting Your Child's Mental Health During COVID-19. Now there have been loads of articles that have come out that has talked about how, COVID-19 coronavirus has impacted all of our mental health. It has caused a lot of stress and anxiety around the uncertainty or getting sick, and it is not unreasonable to think that our children are going through the same thing as us. And so today I just wanted to offer some tips on how to support your child during this time, no matter what their age is. The first tip is be there for your child and show that you care and, love them. The one thing that we can do for our kids during this very uncertain time is to be there and be that degree of certainty that they need right now. Not to say that you didn't love and care for your child before, but I think that especially younger children will need a bit more extra love and support right now. Encourage play, exercise, and sport. While we're cooped up in the house, it might be really difficult to get out there and do the walks and bike rides and things like that you're used to. But there are a lot of ways that you can encourage your child to play. If you have a small yard, you can go outside and do a scavenger hunt. You can do some exercise videos that are on YouTube that are free of charge. You can also kind of play catch with them or play around with a soccer ball. These are very small ways, very inexpensive ways that you can encourage your child to play and do some sort of exercise every day. Regularly support, encourage, and praise your child. More than ever, they need to hear those words of, encouragement that you're great, you're doing well, you're amazing, I love you. This is just one way that you can kind of support their mental health. They need that encouragement and know that they are supported by you. Be aware of signs and symptoms of serious problems. If your child is overly clingy right now, if they are tantruming or lashing out at things that are really small, they can be signs of anxiety and of stress, and it's good to know what those symptoms are. You can Google. I also have some articles on the counselor website of signs of stress and mental health issues in children. Keep an eye out for any changes in behavior. Again, this is just monitoring your child's behavior and noticing if they are reacting to things that they usually didn't, if they are tantruming or if they are kind of overly sad, if there's any changes in their eating habits or sleeping habits. These are things to kind of keep an eye out as they could indicate a bigger problem. Help your child manage stress by building in time to rest. For younger children, they may still need naps. As some adults may still need naps, but help them by building in that time, developing an evening bedtime routine, making sure even your teenager is going to bed on time, but that will really help them manage their stress. It will help their body recharge, help their brain kind of get some rest and be able to function a little bit better. Help your child effectively problem solve. In times of stress, it may be really difficult for them to remember those problem-solving skills that they learned in school or learned previously. And so helping them, solve problems effectively without a lot of stress, especially if they have siblings. If you're typically like, oh, I'll let them kind of manage that themselves, it could be a good idea to come in and kind of help them problem solve and possibly referee if it's a big issue. Encourage your child to engage in conversation. Try kind of open-ended sentence starters that will help your child kind of talk a little bit more and get the conversation flowing, instead of Did you enjoy school today? Try asking something like, what was your most favorite thing about today? Or what is something that you learned? Or what would you like to learn tomorrow? These open-ended questions can really help get your child thinking and engage them in a more fruitful conversation where you can understand how they're feeling and kind of what's going on with them. Help your child learn some simple coping skills. It could be doing some yoga, it could be mindfulness, it could be deep breathing, it could be counting even. But finding some simple coping skills that work for you and work for your child could really help with how they manage the everyday stress. Educate yourself about mental health problems. I have some lists of websites and articles that are really helpful with helping parents understand what mental health problems are, and also ways that they can help their child. It's very simple, in younger children, it seems that, they don't suffer from anxiety or depression, but recent studies have shown that that's just not true, that younger children as young as 5 and 6 have the same if not greater challenges with kind of managing their mental health because they haven't learned those skills yet. And so this is now the time to kind of educate yourself on what mental health problems are and what they look like in children. Model healthy ways to handle and manage stress. Our children learn everything from us. And so this is a really great way to help them handle their stress by finding ways to handle our stress in really healthy ways. You can engage them in some meditation, some walks with you, even healthy eating. Letting them know this is how we handle our stress, or when we get frustrated, these are the things that we do, and they will really catch on and they will last with them, as they grow older. Be patient. Don't pressure your child to change their moods or feelings on demand. As parents, it might be really difficult for us to see our child frustrated or angry or sad, but allow them that space to be where they are and who they are in that moment, and give them that time to be able to handle that on their own. In the other webinar, I showed a video of holding space for your child, and that's a really good way of being present with them, but also allowing them the space to be able to feel whatever it is that they feel. Don't be afraid to seek help from professionals. It's totally okay to reach out to me or to reach out to, an online counselor if you're not sure how to handle your child right now. It's not a failure as a parent to not know something. Parenting didn't come with, a book, an instruction manual. It's totally okay to seek help from those who may know a little bit more about this thing you do. So thank you so much for attending this webinar. I really appreciate you kind of tuning in. If there's anything that you need, if there's anything that you have questions about for this webinar, please reach out to me via email or the website, anything. Definitely let me know if there's any way that I can help. So thank you for tuning in, and be well.